All right, I'm not hoping that this video is somewhat controversial or any type of hot topic, but I gotta talk to the black women out here in America. And when I say black women, I'm literally talking about just the normal black women in this country. I'm not talking about the personalities on TikTok and Instagram and things that with all these radicalized, crazy takes online. I'm talking about just the everyday, average black woman in this country. As a black man, speaking strictly for myself, I love black women. I rock heavy with black women. Now, before I hear the people start talking about simp and this, that, and the third, you got to understand my experience and my journey because that's all I can go by. I can only go by my experiences. When you have real life experiences, you're not so easily moved by what you hear and see online. And that's the thing that's kind of grating me at this point in time because the narratives are just so out of pocket and crazy, and it's just getting to a point where I got to provide some type of balance just coming from just a everyday dude. And the reality is, like I say, I love black women. Always have, always will. Black women have always set the standard for me. It's just it is. I have no problem with interracial dating, any of that. I don't care. Date who you want to date. Me personally, though, when it comes to black women, this is my theory, and it's only my theory. But again, it's my experience. My experience is if you can get a black woman in your corner, there is no other person on the planet that would go harder for you than a black woman. Now, you got to find the right one, obviously, but that's my experience. Anytime I've ever experienced trauma or whatever throughout my life, it was always a woman's hand on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, context matters and the life experience. Like, you may be one of these black men online talking wild about black women. I can't judge you off of that because I don't know your experiences. I can only go by my experiences and what I've done and how I've moved and how I've dealt with black women. And when it comes to, I have no complaints. I mean, you're going to have your bad moments. You're going to have bad experiences. You're going to get your heart broke. That's love. That's part of the game. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. But this narrative that just black women are just trash and they're just overweight and they're just this and they're just that and they're just this and they're just masculine and like really what like where are we to like counteract this narrative? And again, if you are a black man and you've had a lot of negative experiences with black women, if you're a black man and you don't like black women at all, I'm not gonna judge you on that because I haven't heard your story. And if I mean, so that's all I can go by. But you can't then turn around and the moment I say, well, I love black women, I rock heavy with black women, instantly start critiquing and criticizing me. But you don't know my situation. You know my story. You don't know where I've been. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how I got to this point. And that's the thing. Like, I've had so many dope encounters with like, they are the bar for me. They set the standard for me, yo. They really do. And they set the beauty standard for me. Personally, that's just my thing. Every race has beautiful women, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I don't discriminate. But at the end of the day, I'm eating good over here. You know what I'm saying? I remember years ago, right? I was young out there. I had a homegirl living in the hood. She had a little daughter, working she was a waitress, I think. No, on no government assistance, just out here getting it the long way, right? And we were cool. And so we were just having casual conversation. And I mentioned to her that I was short a little bit of money. I don't know if I had to do something, pay something or whatever. But it was just a casual conversation. Didn't think nothing about it, right? Went home. Next day, I get up. I had to go get something to eat or whatever. I grabbed my wallet. That's when I used to carry a wallet. And I saw something sticking out of my wallet. I opened it up. It was a $20 bill. And I'm like, and it stopped me in my tracks because I know how she's over there struggling with a child. Yet she thought enough of me to slide me a $20 bill. Now, she had to do it without my knowledge because had she offered it to me, she knew I would have never taken it. But again, it's just those small things like that. And that's just one instance in many. I hear so many narratives. Oh, black women are masculine and, they're not feminine and they're not adventurous in the bedroom. Every black chick I've been with was a freak. Every black female I've been with was a freak. That's just what it is, yo. I mean, we just being honest here. They're white women are more submissive and things. Every relationship I've been in, she was submissive. And who am I? Literally just a dude. Literally, yo. I'm just a dude. But it's about who you select to be in your space. You have to be selective. You have to be able to discern information and character. You have to be picky. I used to get joked about back in high school. Female used to always tell me, yo, you was always so picky. I've always been picky because I've always had standards. And it's the type of females that I choose to deal with. Just knowing who to deal with and holding to your standards, that will alleviate a lot of the nonsense out of the situation. Just having standards for yourself. At the end of the day, you're going to get back what you put out. We got to get to a point to where start dealing with the women you want to deal with as opposed to dealing with the ones that you can just get. Because there's a lot that comes with that. It's all about accountability for self. What are you doing? Every black woman that I've been with, I mean, it's been consistent. And I've dealt with some nutty chicks out here. Don't get it twisted. I had a string of like 8 women back to back. All of them was crazy. I'm certified lunatics. All of them was crazy. I didn't just write black women off. Oh, black women are crazy. They out here, they bugging. They just out here on some wildness and this, that, and the third. No. I looked in the mirror and I'm like, what am I doing that I keep attracting the same type of woman? And then you adjust and you move accordingly. At the end of the day, that's just all that it boils down to. But there are just so many radical and ridiculous narratives that are just online. Yo, you just got to go outside. Go outside. Actually engage with regular, everyday people. Engage. And you will realize, because see, one thing that I know, if you are a man and you don't have a lot of experience dealing with women, you are more easily led by the rhetoric that you hear online. Your experience has to be able to guide your steps more so than YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok. Come on, yo. You got to go outside and touch some grass. You got to be boots on the ground out here dealing with these women. Then you can further gauge on which way you need to move. But you gotta have that experience, yo. But and I hear a lot of black women online just talking wild, just talking crazy, just all types of outlandish standards and this. Yo, black man, she not for you. It's just that simple. That one not for you. If her standard is, oh, he got to make 6 figures and he got to drive this and he got to, yo, she not for you. It's really that simple. Just she not for you, okay? So you put all of them in that same box. Even if you are out here and you've had bad experiences, I get it. I understand. But to just generalize and just put all black women in one box, that's just wild work. That's just wild work. And I don't judge you where you are. I know a lot of black men who exclusively date white women. I don't care. To be honest with you, I really don't. I've never cared. I don't care because I don't know how you got to that point. I know some black guys who had traumatic experiences when they was young, and that kind of turned them off the black women. I can't blame you for that. I know some black men who just prefer white women. Yo, do your thing. Your preference is yours. You know what I mean? Cool. As long as you happy. I could care less. But I have seen many times that you have black men that would love to engage with black women, but they're not their type. I've seen dudes. I'm out in the sports bar spot, whatever, club. I've seen dudes approach females in the most gentleman way possible. And that black female would go out of her way to try to embarrass that man to the nth degree. If that's happened to that man multiple times, I get it. But then the moment he go get him a white woman, oh, look at him. He's selling out. He this, he that, blah, blah, blah. You don't know his path. You don't know his experience. There are a lot of men that want to rock with y'all, but y'all don't choose them. So what do? You know what I'm saying? But we just got to get back to some sense of normalcy. I see couples every day out here laughing with one another, having a great time. It still exists. Yes, the dating scene is trash. Just being social in general is not what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand that there are so many normal, everyday people that are out here just doing their thing. And your paths will cross eventually, but you can't be so tainted by what you hear online and just think that's the norm. You know what I'm saying? Black women, sick of black men, I don't buy any of that. I don't buy any of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not my experience. That's not what I see when I'm out here touching grass, boots on the ground every day. That's not what I see. I don't see that. I don't feel that in the conversations that I'm having. So again, you got to be able to separate the two. Yes, there's a lot of engagement online. I'm hearing all types of just wildness where you can't take them on a first date, and then I'm hearing, oh, women hit the wall at 35. I'm like, yo, okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got to get back to being able to communicate effectively. There's nothing wrong with having standards at all. Nothing. You're supposed to have standards. You're supposed to be selective. You're supposed to be picky. But black man, you got to be held accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable for what's going on in your own life. You do. You got to hold yourself accountable. If you are in a relationship and this black woman is disrespecting you, being out of pocket in public and things of that nature, at some point in time, you okay that behavior. If you're in a sexless relationship to where she giving it to you whenever she feel like it once a month, at some point in time, you okay that. What going on in your life, in your immediate circle, you are responsible for that. That's on you. That's on you. We got to start holding ourselves accountable for the things that we do and we don't do. And this is not giving anyone a pass. It's all about finding somebody that you can rock with. Now, if you find you're a white woman or anybody, I don't care anything about interracial dating. Life is too short. If you can find somebody that genuinely makes you happy and you can find peace and build with and laugh with, best of luck to you. All I'm saying is, yeah, I don't have no problem finding that with black women. This whole narrative that's been ongoing for a long time. Oh, black women, they're not submissive. Oh, they're not adventurous in the bedroom. They don't this. Yo, that's not my experience. And that's all that I can go by is my experience. I'm literally just a dude. I'm literally just a guy. But every relationship that I've been in, that black woman was submissive to me. My whole thing about it is, I put whoever I'm in a relationship with, I have no problem putting her on a pedestal. For the simple fact, she puts me on a pedestal. I'm going to give you what you give me. You put me on a pedestal, I have no problem putting you on a pedestal. There has to be a balance. But We've gotten away from that. And it's just easier to point fingers and place blame. Oh, it's this fault, it's this fault. Oh, the Western mindset is just toxic. And it is in many aspects, especially online. But how much of that do you run into like in your everyday life? That's what I'm saying. The internet has a great way of highlighting outliers and things of that nature and making it as if it's the norm, but it's not. People are weird online. There are some complete weirdos and frauds online. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. But when you're just out here moving around, just doing everyday mundane tasks and things of that nature, yo, you run into a lot of like just cool, laid back people. And I'm not even a people person. And I can say that. We have to get back to just being able to communicate effectively. Pointing fingers, placing blame. There's nothing wrong with talking about the flaws that's out here. Nothing wrong with that. But you got to be able to keep it into perspective. Black women have always set the standard for me in terms of beauty. To me, black women are the most beautiful women on the planet. And every race has beautiful women. I love women. But I rock heavy with black women because they've always rocked with me. And again, I'm just a dude. I'm not out here. I'm not that guy. I'm just me. I stay in my own lane. I do me. But you have to be that guy if you want that woman. That's just as simple as I can say it. You got to be him if you want her. And that's the thing. But the internet will tell you it's only two types of black men out here. Oh, the Pookie and the Ray Ray and the educated lame. And I'm just, where do you live? Where y'all living at, yo? Like, who are these people that you are referring to? All of these foreign situations to me. And again, that may be your experience, but that can't be applied to everyone across the board, is what I'm saying. Black women, there are a lot of black dudes out here that's thorough and rock heavy with y'all. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. Man, if you on Instagram talking this nonsense, bro, yeah, you're not for me. The internet loves to highlight this specific type of black woman. We're gonna call her Keisha, right? Ghetto, hood, ratchet, mad kids, mad baby daddies, just a couple of fight videos on World Star. You know, just they love to hone in on that specific type of black woman. But the thing of it is I don't deal with that type of black woman either. It's very simple. If you are a man and let's say you don't like high calorie women, that's what they call them online. You know what I'm talking about. Just don't deal with them. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. But see, again, it's back to having a standard for who you choose to deal with, who you choose to lay with. You got to hold yourself accountable for the decisions that we make. We all got bad experiences out here. That's what this is, man. Making the best out of a bad situation. But at the end of the day, look, man, this divisive rhetoric is just so over the top. It's no longer healthy. There's nothing wrong with calling out nonsense on this side of the table or that side of the table. But it's gotten to a point where it's just so unhealthy. And both sides have valid points. Don't get me wrong, both sides have valid points. But at the end of the day, being a black man to just write off black women, that's a wild concept to me. If you're a black man, if you've done it, hey, yo, I don't know your journey. I don't know your journey. I don't know what got you there. I don't know what pushed you over the edge. It may be valid. I have no qualms about that. But I can only speak about my experience, and I can only say, as a black man, my experience dealing with black women. I mean, it's just normal. It's just normal. I don't settle. I'm not out here settling for less than. I'm not out here getting slim pickings. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's gems everywhere. It's gems everywhere, yo. You just gotta find who you mesh with. And if you are a black man and you've been shooting bad lately when it comes to black women, yo, just keep at it, man. But keep your eyes open. Like I say, I'm not opposed to interracial dating in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can find somebody that makes you happy, cool. Cool. Be better for it. You know what I mean? Be a better person for it. But I don't know why the toxicity continues to rise when the reality is we all we got at the end of the day. So, I mean, again, I'm just trying to add some perspective. I'm just trying to add some balance. We gotta be more balanced than what we are right now. It's just online is just over the top, either this way or this way. We got to get back to center. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if y'all enjoy this, you know what I mean, just holler at me, let me know. But anyway, black women, y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all right. We deal with you. All right.